Hi everyone, my name's Caden and I'm 15 years old. I'm a bit late because I have to travel to a different county to training now because there's no buildings free in town for our boxing club. I'm here to give my perspective on the IPAS centres and the unvetted moving into my town, my home. I've lived in Blaney my whole life and always praised my town for the spirit and community. As a young person, especially a young girl, I feel more unsafe now than ever. I go to school in Monaghan, which means I get the bus every day, but after a few scary encounters, I can't even walk alone to the bus anymore. Every morning, either my mum just after a night shift or my dad dragging my brother out of bed, one of them has to walk me to the bus. As I walk through what is now known among the young ones as the dodgiest part of Blaney, most of you will know what part I mean, this is so embarrassing as a 15-year-old. I crave freedom. Going for a run with my mum meters behind me in the car because it's not safe is unacceptable. It's only going to get worse if there are more IPAS centres in Blaney. I've had a knot in my stomach since the Glencairn has been closed, thinking, is this going to be an IPAS centre? I'm not against the ones who flee, but who's looking out for me?
Hey guys, my name is Modi and you are welcome to Modi Speaks. Now, most of you might think that I am a talkative, mainly because of how persistent I can be when handling the kind of topics I discuss on this channel. But the reality is that I am not, okay? I am not a talkative at all. I'm actually a semi-introverted person who totally enjoys quietness and peace of mind, okay? But the reason I am being vocal about these horrible issues I discuss on this channel is because I don't really think that these issues are getting the level of attention they deserve. Evil needs to be exposed, okay? People need to know what is going on, and I'm more than willing to frequently break character and be a talkative in order to call out this evil. So, yeah, that is why I sound like a talkative. Because, of course, evil prevails when good men do nothing. Now, when I think about the UK, I bow my head in shame. It takes me back to my childhood, okay? My childhood dreams and my childhood memories of how my uncle who lives in the UK would come back and tell us good stories about how beautiful and how wonderful and how safe the country was. But when I compare that to the UK of today, disappointment and a little bit of sadness washes over me. The United Kingdom is completely unrecognizable, starting from its demographic to the laws of the land. For example, in the United States today, people will boldly criticize anything and anybody they think deserves criticism. And these people would publicly defend their words with statements like, America is a free country. I have the right to freedom of speech. And this statement is one of the beauties of democracy. But in places like the UK today, nobody can ever claim that they can say whatever they please. The UK is no longer a free country. Maybe it is free for some people, but it is not free for the natives, okay? The UK is no longer free. Nobody can say the UK is a free country. I can say whatever I want. I have my rights to freedom of speech. The UK has gone so horribly bonkers to the extent that a woman who was raped multiple times by illegal immigrants got jailed for posting on the internet that her rapists are pigs, but her are allowed to roam free, roaming the streets and looking for their next target. The authorities care more about political correctness than protecting the citizens or even following the rule of law. The asylum seekers and sexually harassing women are never brought to justice. The authorities have pretty much abandoned the citizens to fend for themselves while they work tirelessly to protect the culprits. Yes, that is how devolved the UK has become, okay? And that brings me to today's video. A situation that fully shows how young children in the UK have been forced to fend for themselves and defend themselves from the usual sexual predators on their own streets. I'm talking about the story of this 12-year-old girl in Scotland who had to arm herself in order to walk around her own city in Scotland, okay? But even though she was armed as a way of protecting herself and her little sister, she was still followed around by a sexual pedophile who groped her and her sister, according to eyewitness. Now, you're not going to see this news reported on any TV station on the face of the planet because, of course, There is an agenda to conceal the atrocities of these immigrant animals from a certain demographic. But I found this online publication from the Economic Times, and it says, teen girl draws out knife and axe to stop migrants from molesting her and her sister, faces police action. Social media erupts in protest.
Yes, you have a knife.
You don't. Hey, I'm fucking 12 feet. You're fucking bad and
Why are you fucking with us?
You're fucking kid bashers.
Show the knife. Show the knife.
Get
Show
the
the knife.
fuck away from her.
Show the knife. Show the
Don't
knife.
touch her.
That's
Touch
it.
me.
That's
Do
it.
whatever you
Show
want
the
to
knife.
do. Don't touch my little sister.
Show the knife. That's it.
Don't fucking touch my little sister. She ain't fucking 12. Where's her fucking catching me? She is fucking 12 and you just battered me, mate. Where's my fucking catching me?
Yeah, show the knife. Maratha.
Don't touch her down to me. Don't touch her.
One thing I would like you guys to know is that this is not just about one girl. It is not just about this brave little child. This is about a broken system. A system that turns its back on its own people, all in the name of political correctness. If you are a young Scottish girl defending your life, then you are a criminal. But if you are a migrant who assaults a woman or drops a teenager on a bus, you are a vulnerable individual who needs support. It is insane, and it is happening everywhere in the UK. According to new data, sexual offense convictions involving foreign nationals have shot up to 62% in the past 3 years. 1 in 7 convicted sex offenders in the UK today is a foreign national. That is not a far-right conspiracy. That is a government statistic, okay? So what does the government do? They give speeches. They set up support hotlines. And meanwhile, more and more families are left to fend for themselves. When you compare the crime data with other countries who are allowing influx of unvetted immigrants into their country with countries who are not so tolerant to indiscriminate immigration, then you might start understanding where this problem is stemming from. You can pause and compare the crime rate of Poland, a country strict with its immigration laws, and other progressive countries like the UK, France, you name it. Honestly, I'm trying to understand what kind of nation would criminalize self-defense. What kind of police force looks at a child with a knife, a kitchen knife nonetheless, and says that she is the problem, not the grown men intimidating her. Only a nation that have lost its moral compass will stoop that low. A nation more afraid of offending someone's culture than protecting its own children. A nation where you are more likely to get arrested for saying the wrong thing online than for sexually assaulting a minor. The UK people have created a country where women are told to carry whistles and alarms, but not to dare fight back, okay? Where girls are punished for acting with courage, where law-abiding citizens live in fear, while criminals enjoy taxpayer-funded hotel stays and endless legal protections. This incident with this young brave little girl really breaks my heart. And this Twitter user put it very clearly. He said, if the sight of this desperate little girl forced to sacrifice her own innocence just to shield her younger sister doesn't set something on fire inside of you, then you're not fully human. You've shut off that part of your soul that is supposed to care. You've silenced the instinct that screams when innocence is being destroyed. Because this isn't just one girl. She's the stand-in for all the others. The countless Scottish, English, Welsh, and Irish girls who were told in effect that their safety was expendable, that their bodies could be collateral damage in someone else's utopian fantasy. She's what happens when a society decides that tolerance is more important than protecting its own children. Think about what she had to become in that moment, okay? A child should never have to think like that. A child should never have to step into the role of protector, never have to make those decisions under terror. That was stolen from her. Her childhood ended the instant she realized no one was coming to save her. And if you can look at that and feel nothing, no rage, no grief, no white-hot sense of injustice, then you've chosen numbness. You've chosen the easy way out. You've chosen to side with the people who built the conditions for this nightmare. Because make no mistake, evil doesn't just exist in the man who preyed on her. Evil exists in every policymaker, every activist, every coward who made excuses and opened the door for it to happen. Guys, I couldn't have said it any better. Now, some people will say not all immigrants are criminals. Of course, that is true. But here is the problem. We've created a system where the few that are face no real consequences. Did you know that even convicted migrant sex offenders regularly avoid deportation in the UK? Because some of them claim that they have PTSD, or that they are alcoholics, or that they might face discrimination in their home country. Meanwhile, a 12-year-old girl defending her sister in Dundee, she faces a criminal record that could affect her for life. The real question is, who is the United Kingdom protecting today? Who is the British state protecting today? Because make no mistake, it sure isn't British girls. It is not the UK natives. Now, I consider this little girl to be a hero. I would have done the same thing if I was in her shoes, okay? She showed more courage than most adults. She did what the system cannot do, protect the innocent. And now she needs us, all of us, especially the British people. She needs you guys to stand up and say no more. No more protecting criminals at the expense of children, guys. No more arrest for self-defense. No more fear of offending people when your daughters are being harassed in the street. You can peacefully organize a protest outside the police station where she was arrested to demand that all those ridiculous charges against her be dropped. She did not commit any crime, guys. She didn't even attack the horrible piece of shit predators with the weapons. She just brandished the weapons in self-defense. She was trying to get those horrible men to leave her and her sister alone. She was protecting herself and her sister. It was purely self-defense. Please, if it is still allowed in Britain, please, please and please, peacefully assemble yourselves and protest for this girl's rights, okay? She doesn't deserve to be in jail. The molesters, on the other hand, need some explanation to do. They are roaming free now, but they shouldn't be. They are grown men. They obviously came after the little girls, so I think they should be investigated and dealt with heavily if found guilty. This should be the last straw that broke the camel's back for the British people. Take back your land, demand your rights, and protect your children. I have read the handwriting on the wall for UK, and believe me, the message is not a welcoming one. But as always, guys, these are my thoughts, these are my opinions. Please feel free to share yours in the comment section below, but do so respectfully. Also, if you're not yet subscribed to the channel, honestly, I don't know what you're waiting for. Subscribe to the channel. Like and share this video to keep people informed, and consider joining my membership or supporting the channel in any way that you can. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope to catch you on the next one. For now, peace.